Do you ever feel like your day is just slipping away? You think to yourself, where did all my time go? Well, if that's you, you're not alone. Because the truth is, if we don't plan our time, something else or someone else is going to do it for us. That's why in this video, I want to introduce you to a popular productivity method that I think can help you in this area. It's known as time blocking. And not only does it help you get more done, but it also protects two of your most valuable resources, which is time and focus. So let's take a look at it together. To do that, I want to start with looking at what does time blocking actually mean. Well, in short, it's a simple but effective strategy where you schedule a specific block of time for a specific task, which is really in contrast to what we do so much of the time now. Usually it looks like I'm juggling one thing over here, one thing over here, one thing over here, just trying to get something done. But what we're doing with time blocking is a specific task during a specific time. Because when we do this, we're intentionally setting aside time for deep work, meetings, personal tasks, doesn't matter, it's just that task for that time. And what this does is helps us take control of our day. In fact, one of my favorite Jim Rohn quotes is you either run the day or the day runs you. That's what we're talking about here. Taking control means running the day. So let's take a look for the rest of our time together in this video at 3 benefits that come when we use this time blocking method. The first is time blocking helps us establish flow. I'm sure you know the feeling, that feeling of being in the zone where you're completely focused and you're working at your best. That's called being in the flow. And it's really when we're having the peak of our productivity. But the problem is we often find ourselves task switching so much that it's hard to get into this state. So when you implement time blocking, you're really dedicating a specific time to that specific task in which you're eliminating all other distractions that are happening around you. And the benefit when you do that is your brain starts to adapt and it starts slipping into flow a lot easier. This means you're going to get more done using less time. So I want you to think about this. When's the last time you truly felt in the zone in your work? Now imagine if you could create that feeling on demand. Okay, so let's look at our second benefit, which is it minimizes distractions. Now I found that distractions are one of the biggest killers for my productivity. And studies show that it takes about 23 minutes on average to refocus after an interruption. So think about how many interruptions do you have in your day? Every time it's taking you 23 minutes to get back into the flow of what you're working on, which is why time blocking is so powerful because it's the opposite of multitasking. Instead of bouncing between all these things, emails, social media, work, you dedicate your full attention to a single task, which means you're going to make fewer mistakes and have an overall higher quality of work. So one way you can do this is to try setting aside 90 minutes to block time to focus on something specific today. No emails, no notifications, just pure concentration. And then give it a week of doing this daily and see what happens. See how much more work you get done. Now the last benefit is it creates a sense of control. So many leaders I've worked with have noticed that over time, when they start time blocking, they feel more and more control and they have a decrease in stress and anxiety. Because without a clear plan, most of the time we can feel like our day is just utter chaos. And that can lead to frustration and if left unchecked, can end up in burnout. But when we use time blocking and we do it effectively, well then we already decide what we're going to do in advance. And this gives us clarity in our daily priorities. And then the long-term effect of that is it allows us to plan ahead, to make better decisions, and even to feel more confident in where we are spending our time. But it's also important to note that time blocking isn't about being rigid. It's about being intentional. It's not that I have to stay doing this in my schedule every single time. It's just that I show up knowing that I'm in control and what I'm going to be doing during that block. Okay, so let's recap. Time blocking helps you get into the flow, helps you minimize distractions, and it helps you feel more control within your day. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried time blocking before? Are you thinking about giving it a shot? Drop in the comments below and let me know if you've tried it and if you're going to try it. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the future videos on productivity and leadership. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.